In this demonstration, we will look at how 4G and the Visual Team Builder can be used to help make better, more informed decisions when it comes to recruitment. Unlike other tools used for recruitment, 4G does not focus on an individual's characteristics or abilities. Instead, we are looking at one of the key intangibles and notoriously overlooked aspects of recruitment, namely the role of fit. Fit is important because it encompasses all of the intangibles that influence how a candidate will integrate into a team that you can't necessarily tell by interview or traditional assessment. We'll keep things simple in this example, with two shortlisted candidates, and focus on the three most senior people in the team who the new recruit will work most closely with. In this team we have our line manager Graham Mackay and his two direct reports, Tim Dale and Karen Lee. We also have our two candidates, Oliver and Roger. By this stage of the process, where we have our shortlist, we could be reasonably confident that both candidates are capable of doing the role. What we really need to know is the impact that each will make on existing team members. For example, will they form strong collaborative relationships with their new colleagues, or will they have difficulties fitting into their new environment? Let's see what happens if Roger were to join the team. Firstly, his relationship with Graham is likely to be very positive and would explain Graham's desire to bring him into the team or push for his recruitment. We can see this in the detailed relationship description here. Remember, the key to the coloured relationship lines is down here in the bottom right hand corner. When we look at how Roger's relationships with Tim and Karen will develop, the outlook is not so good. Here, the relationships and subsequent collaboration are likely to require increased effort and tension or difficulties may emerge. We can see brief summaries of each relationship by hovering over the midpoint here. Now let's see what would happen if Oliver were to join the team. I'll just remove the relationship lines with Roger. First of all, his relationship with Graham is likely to require a little more effort and not be as fluent as the relationship between Roger and Graham. As always, we can get further information here. Still, it is a strong relationship likely to be productive and motivating for both parties. However, Oliver is likely to enjoy easier, more productive working relationships with Tim and Karen than Roger. This is indicated by the blue relationship lines here. Clearly, in the real world, we would take the time to digest and go into each relationship in more depth. However, with the limited time, we'll keep things as simple and quick as possible. Interestingly, when we look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear that there is somewhat of a divide at the senior level within this team. The relationships between Graham and Tim and Karen may be causing some difficulties, and with the Visual Team Builder, we can see that appointing Roger may further this divide, with Roger and Graham on one side and Tim and Karen on the other. On the other hand, we can see that the arrival of Oliver to the team may help improve communication between Graham and Tim and Karen. This may be a key consideration, particularly if these potentially difficult relationships have been causing communication problems. As with many things, recruitment decisions are often a trade-off or compromise, and 4G helps illustrate this and quantify the options. It is rare that you will find a candidate that ticks all the relevant boxes in terms of fit. Crucially, 4G does not tell you what decision to make. It does, however, help you weigh up the pros and cons of each candidate. In many ways, the Visual Team Builder is like a flight simulator, where you can try different things and experiment without the risk or expense of actually committing to a candidate or course of action. In this example, we have just focused on the most important relationships. Crucially, the Visual Team Builder allows us to expand this or to take a wider view and see the effect of either candidate on others in the team or organisation. From this short demonstration, we can see that 4G and the Visual Team Builder help us understand in greater detail the implications of each hiring decision in terms of the interpersonal dynamics or fit. 4G also explains the different reactions different people may have to the same candidate. This can help place discussions about hiring in a more neutral context, enabling a consistent dialogue and framework to be put in place on all hiring decisions. 4G and the Visual Team Builder, combined with more traditional assessment and interview processes, help make better informed decisions.